Hey YouTubers, great question for you thinking about this week's episode. The question is, would you shoot a trophy doe right now during prime time the next couple of weeks, or are you going to wait till late season, right? I mean, that's a good question.
That is a great question. So guys, leave your comments below. Let us know if you're still shooting does or if you're going to wait until the rut is over. As always, we appreciate you tuning in. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Leave your comment below and make sure to like the video.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Bowhunt or Die. Justin, here we are. The temperatures are finally starting to dip.
Finally, thank goodness.
It feels good, man. I woke up this morning, I drove out, and I saw that frost on the ground, and gosh, I don't know what it is. I don't know. I feel bad for you if you live way far south, because for me, I don't know what hunting would be without frost on the ground.
Yeah, and this is our first one of the year, so hopefully you guys are starting to see some better deer activity out there lately. I know it's been slow for a lot of guys, but fortunately for some of the members of our team, they've actually been having a really good season. So this week we're going to rewind the clock a couple weeks to actually early part of October here in Illinois with Clinton Fawcett and his son Avery. They're actually hunting during the youth firearm season, which is why they're wearing orange. But this is a pretty awesome father-son hunt for another great buck. So guys, let's watch it now.
All right, well, as you can see, we're out practicing tonight with the crossbow, getting ready for deer season. We just got this crossbow this year. Avery, he's a pretty good shot with anything. It's got a scope on it, but it never hurts to practice a little bit more. This is our new 10-point Turbo GT that we've got. I really like this new crossbow because it's very compact, so it should work good in the blind for him. What do you think? He's trying to shoot his other arrows. You can see how close they are, but anyway, like I said, we're just out getting ready to go deer hunting this weekend, so never hurts just to sit out here and practice a lot. And as with him, we're never serious. So anyway, next time you see us, we'll catch up to you in the blind.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's Sunday, October the 8th, about 5:30 in the afternoon. And today we come back to a very familiar spot. We're back in the magical green box blind tonight. We had a southeast wind, so that allows us to hunt back here. This is one of our best spots, but I'm sure you guys are getting tired of seeing the footage on it, but it's always the same. This is where we killed Billy the Kid, Cactus Jack, and the White 8-point, and then where Avery shot his buck last year. But we decided tonight would be a good night to come back here. There's been a lot of nice 3- and 4-year-old deer on this little food plot here, and it transitions out to the corn. What I did is I come in here in July, and I planted a bunch of Heartland Wildlife clover down through, so it's got, you know, it was kind of an iffy thing to do. We did get a big rain on it, and some of it came up, but we haven't had much rain since. but I've been getting a ton of pictures of them and eating it. So there's also a bunch of acorns that are down this field end. So we're back here tonight. What are you looking for tonight, buddy?
For sure.
He's looking for a buck for sure, whichever one gets him going, I guess.
But I know when I see it.
And there is one giant 2-year-old here that I probably won't let him shoot, but other than that,
It's not your choice.
other than that, everything's game. So we're gonna get the camera turned around, get ready to go, and hopefully we'll be back with you in a little bit. was a really big deer.
That was crazy.
Great shot, man.
Me too.
No,
So big, it just scared me.
because he was so big.
Yeah, I just walked up in front of me. I've never seen. And I knew that I was gonna shoot it. You didn't. And you were, but I was. Oh my god. That's awesome. That was amazing.
That's a really big deer. That deer's 7 years old.
How did you know? How did you know?
I've had a lot of pictures of that deer over the years, and there's been a lot of times where I was going to come up here and shoot that deer. And he was always like 145 or 50-inch mainframe 10. And I just, for some reason, I never got into killing him. And he always leaves up here around the 15th. And I don't know why I've never shot him, but obviously this is why. I had a feeling today that that was the deer that was going to be here.
I can't find it.
Anyway, I had a feeling today that deer was going to be up here. And Avery was dead set that he didn't want to shoot one unless it was a big mature deer.
That was a big mature deer.
It was a big mature deer, and he's a lot like me. It's not the fact that we always have to kill a big mature deer. It's just sometimes we struggle with killing a little bit, especially since Sawyer passed away. It's just a
Hard.
yeah. Sometimes it's just hard to squeeze the trigger every once in a while. But speaking of Sawyer, we built this blind when she passed away. And I think it's the 5th buck that we have killed standing within 5 yards of the exact same spot in front of this blind. And I don't know that we've said it. There's no way we've said it 15 times. We might have only said it 10 times since we've built it. It's just a special thing. It's in a special spot in early season if there's an east wind, especially southeast. We have killed 4 out of the 5 big deer that we've shot here over the years on a southeast wind. The only one that wasn't was when I shot Billy the Kid, and he was on a northeast. But it's just a special place.
We're gonna go back to the house. We're gonna go back up to the Joneses' place. We're gonna get the girls and all the boys and see if they want to come down here and find them. But
So we'll see you then.
we'll see you then. We just got back here in the truck with the lights, and we're about to go find the arrow, and then we're gonna find the deer. Okay.
Go. Let's go find him. What's it look like?
Oh man!
Is there blood on it?
I'll hoover it.
Is there?
Oh. I shot Clay. It went straight through him.
Okay. Now, hey, where did he run? We got it. What do you got to do now?
He ran all the blood trail.
Right. So you got to see if we can find some blood, right? Blood right there, buddy. One little bitty drop down there. See it?
Yep. And then he ran
Keep looking.
all over here.
See how
over
there's.
that leaf.
Hey, See how there's blood in different spots?
Uh-huh.
Because you shot clear through him. So it's not in a straight line, right?
Mm-mm.
So that means, you listen, Isaac, I mean there's blood coming out this side of him and out that side of him. If you just shot him on one side and the blood didn't, and you didn't shoot all the way through him, you'd only have blood on one side. See this blood right here? See that blood in there, Isaac?
Uh-huh.
See the bubbles in it?
Mm-hmm.
That's the air bubbles from his lungs.
Oh, so you got
That's how you know you shot it in the lungs. Yep, see all the bubbles in it down there on all the leaves?
there.
Look at it right there beside you, buddy.
What?
Look at all that right down there. See all that blood, buddy? Look right there.
There's 2 lines of it.
Right,
So
right. So what's the 2 lines mean?
it means it was going that way.
Right, and that means those 2 lines
It was
mean
coming out both sides of
it's
it.
coming out both sides of it, right?
Yeah. What now? It's
Mm-hmm. What is it, buddy? Uh-huh. I'm sure he's dead. He's dead. Go up there.
I was gonna throw a stick at him.
Just go up there and check him out.
I'm not gonna throw a stick. I don't know if he's dead.
He's dead.
Yeah, I hit him low.
No, that's the exit. Twist it towards me. What do you think about that, buddy?
I don't know.
What do you say we get him out of here? We'll get him up to the field, and then we'll show it. We'll look at him up there where we can see him.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're tracking it. I can't track it.
You shot it. Look at that deer.
Surprisingly to me, it looks the same size as all my other deer.
Yeah, to you it probably would.
Because I haven't seen a dead buck in a long time.
We're going
Looks like
to
the same.
get him tagged, get him up to the food plot, and recharge our lights and get some footage up there. So we'll get back to you in a little bit. All right, everyone. Well, it's been quite the evening. We just got him back up here to the food plot where we shot him. Thankfully, Nick and Ty got home in time from their family stuff today to help us get him out, because he's a lot bigger bodied than I thought he was. And you know, you can tell we're struggling to hold his head up right now anyways, but what do you think, Avery?
He's heavy.
Avery says he's heavy.
He's very heavy.
We've had quite the night. I mean, I never dreamed today that we would come out here and Avery would be able to harvest this 7 or 8 year old whitetail. You know, this was the deer that I originally was chasing the year we killed Billy the Kid in here real early. And for him to get him tonight was absolutely awesome. I'm just so proud of him for making a good shot and for holding it together. You know, I've never been a fan of crossbows my whole life. It's kind of just one of those things that gets a bad name. And the last couple of years we've got into using them for the kids, and you know, there's definitely a time and a place for it. And man, you know, it's been quite the day. You know, the Lord blessed us tonight with a great hunt. You know, it just goes to show no matter what the temperatures are and no matter what the weather conditions are, when that pressure's rising and you have that sun early season, you can catch them. You just have to be on a pattern. You know, this Heartland clover that we planted out here this summer, it did the trick. It was quite the stretch trying to plant it July 25th, but I thought, well, we had a big rain coming. I'm going to try it, and you can see there's not a lot of it here, but there was enough of it to get it done. So I guess this will end it for tonight. Next time, I got me a new full-time cameraman between Frankie and Avery. And what do we say, buddy?
Bowhunt or die.
Bowhunt or die, guys.
Justin,
Yes.
how much money are you willing to put up, man? I mean, Clinton, I don't know what it's going to take, but I'm ready for that green box, man.
I
don't know
went
about
hunting
you.
with Clinton once. All we saw was does and some 1.5-year-olds. So.
Well, did you watch? Was it a southeast wind? Was it an east wind?
I don't remember.
So you
got to
pay attention to those details. He's probably like, yeah, we'll go there. It's probably the worst wind possible. That's what happened.
Maybe, but man, another great hunt. And you know, as Clinton says in his footage, I mean, they've just got the magical green box, as they call it. It's just something about that spot, that food plot, that the deer just love. And I think a lot of us have those spots maybe, or have been fortunate enough to find those spots on your property that just produce kind of year in and year out.
True.
Clearly those guys have one down there. I need one that's producing, you know, big bucks. But man, what an awesome hunt.
Don't want to interrupt you, Justin,
Go
but
for it.
I'm going to here. How about Avery?
Yeah,
I mean,
that's what I
man,
was gonna
dude,
say.
come on. Cold Stone. I mean, he held in there. Woo!
Yeah,
I mean, that was hot.
He
That
did
was
an
good.
awesome job. And just, you know, sometimes those of us that have been doing this for so long, you know, and we film and we do all this other stuff. I don't know. It's not that we get maybe less
Calloused or
emotional.
whatever.
Yeah, but we get maybe a little callous. I mean, it is refreshing to see a young kid and just the true
Did you
excitement.
hear his breathing?
You know,
No, I'm like, oh,
of
I
truly
love that.
not being able to control himself. So awesome hunt for those guys. Congratulations to them. I know that Clinton actually just filmed Frankie, or shoot, I should say, a great buck, which you guys are going to see on an upcoming episode in the next couple
And
of
Josh,
weeks.
too. I mean, man.
Yeah, our
Good
team's
stuff.
been doing great. So, guys, next up, we're going to catch up with Daryl Bell, who we've seen earlier this season, with a couple, great hunts that he had earlier. So let's check those out now.
All right, folks, we just got back in the truck from getting all that work done. It's already 2:30, so I don't think we're going to hunt this afternoon. I vastly underestimated how much work actually had to be done. I'm wore out, and it's 97 degrees right now, so it's pretty warm. So we pretty much got some lone wolves moved, got some Heartland attracting out, checked some stealth cams, and I wanted to take a second to give you guys a quick update on the food plots we did 2 weeks ago. If you remember, we broadcasted some wheat and some radishes into those standing soybeans. We've had a couple inches of rain in that 2-week time frame between then and now, and they're pretty much doing phenomenal. Normally I would have done this interview and explained it from the field, but we are trying to hunt this weekend, so I'm trying to keep my noise footprint as low as possible. So, but they're looking great. The wheat's 3 or 4 inches high in some places. The radishes are 2 to 3 inches high. They're looking awesome. We've got some really warm weather. The beans are there's barely any leaves left on them, if any at all, in some places. So they're getting plenty of sunlight, getting plenty of moisture right now. And, you know, here in a couple weeks, they're going to look phenomenal. So we are going to get back to the house, take a shower, get something to eat, and we're going to get after it in the morning. Actually found some white oaks and some red oaks today that were dropping pretty good. So we're going to go try to get on those in the morning. So I'll see you guys in the tree tomorrow.
Well, good morning from a tree in Christian County, Kentucky. I haven't even had a chance to do my opening interview for the morning, and I had a doe just come by at about 18 yards. I was going to shoot a doe, and it happened so fast, I didn't really have a chance to get the camera on her. Or really, I got the camera on her, but I didn't have to just get settled in or anything, so I decided to let her walk instead of rush it. So they bed in this finger of woods across this gap from me, and they're working their way down the ridge to feed on some white oaks. So I have a good feeling that she's going to come back by, but it'll be a little bit before she does. She came from directly downwind too. I mean, she couldn't have been. We have a slight northeast wind this morning, and that's exactly where she came from. So I guess that says something about my scent control tactics. So. think I just heard her crash. That happened so fast. I think I may hit her a little forward, but I definitely heard her crash. That's awesome. Whew, man. They're funneling right through this gap from field to field, just like I figured they would. She could smell something. She came in from downwind too. She could tell something was up. She had her nose up in the air, but I guess it wasn't enough to spook her, so we're gonna rewatch the footage and see what the shot looked like. We're gonna stick tight the rest of the morning though. There's no telling when one of the hit listers that are using this gap will show up. We're gonna knock another arrow and see what happens. Doe down, baby. First deer of the year and first Kentucky deer ever. That's awesome. Alright guys, we just got here to the edge of the woods. We found where she went in, and we actually found our first blood too. So we are gonna ease in here. It gets pretty thick, so we're gonna film it the best we can, but we're gonna ease in here and see if we can't find any more blood, and hopefully she's not too far. There she is right there. That's a big doe. That's a big doe. Alright guys, well here she is. It was kind of a drag getting her out of there. She ran into one of the deepest little holes we have on this property. It's a pretty big doe. Probably one of the biggest does I've ever shot actually. We are still in the middle of the farm and we are going to try to hunt this afternoon. So we're going to get this doe out of here as quick as we can. But as you saw this morning, they were all funneling through that gap just about perfect. There's acorns everywhere, and right as I was getting down, a bunch of turkeys filtered out. And then I was waiting on Roy to get in here to film the recovery, and I looked over my shoulder after I was sitting in the middle of the field for a minute, and there was about 4 deer standing on the wood line. So they filter across that gap all day long. So we're going to get this doe out of here, get her cleaned up, and get back in here this afternoon and try to kill a buck. So until then, bow hunt or die. All right, guys. We're back in here this afternoon in the same stand we shot the doe in this morning. It's a little risky move. We busted some deer up this morning while we were waiting on Roy to come over here and help film this recovery. And I busted the same deer up coming back in here this afternoon. They just bed too close to the field edge. They can see you coming whether you make noise or not. So it is what it is. They seem to come back each and every time we do it. So yeah, it's hot. I think it's like 78 degrees right now, which is better than what it has been, but it's still pretty warm. So we're gonna sit it out. It's 3:30 now, I believe, and it should get dark about 7 o'clock. So we got a pretty decent sit this afternoon. Hopefully it's as eventful as it was this morning when we were leaving this morning. They were coming in to finish up the last little bit of bean harvesting, so they're done in here now, which I'm glad. So stick with me. Let's see if we can get a buck on the ground now. Bow hunt or die. It has been an awesome afternoon. If you remember back to opening weekend, I filmed that really crazy deer out in that soybean field. I told myself I was going to pass him. He'd be the biggest deer I've ever shot. But he's only a 2-year-old. So if I ever want to kill a giant, that deer will be a giant in 2 years. So I walked him like I promised I was going to do. It's the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. But I gotta stick to my guns. Do what I feels right. I just can't shoot a 2-year-old deer. We are taking it back to our roots today. I am on the ground between a little walnut tree and a black cherry tree. Without a ground blind, obviously, as you can see around me. We are going to try to get it done on the ground with a bow. We're just down from the gap we've been hunting the past couple of days that we shot that doe in and saw that funky deer in last night. So hopefully when these deer transition out in this low spot and work their way up to the gap, I am farther south than them, or farther north than them, and they'll come out angled away from me and offer some, should be a 25 and 30 yard shot. So. Shot that doe like 35 yards off the ground without a ground blind. There's still another one out there staring at me. I have no idea what happened on that shot. She was quartered. I don't even think she was quartered by the time I shot her, but she took a step and turned right as I released. And I think it punched her shoulder. I gotta rewatch the footage and see what happened, but I'm gonna have to rewatch the footage to see where it hit her. Because I was really unsure about it. It's bow hunter die, baby. That's what it's all about. It does not get more exciting than having a doe or having deer that close to you. That funky buck we filmed last night was at 25 yards. I just filmed. And that doe was at 35.
All right, guys, we just got in here. We've only been about 10 yards off the woodline, maybe. We found our first blood. It's pretty good looking blood, so I don't really expect her to be too terribly far in here. So, we're gonna get on it. Probably didn't go 75 yards or so. That's another big one. All right, guys, here she is. We got her drove back out here to the field. She luckily didn't go in a hole like the last one did. She didn't go very far. That double cross ate her up. It did hit her pretty far forward. She took that last little step before the arrow hit her. But she's a good doe. I'd say she's probably 115, 120 pounds. Not quite as big as the last one, but we're gonna get her loaded up and get her out of here. And I think we're gonna go home in the morning. We won't be back until the later part of October to get ready for the rut. So until then, bow hunter die.
Man, mixing it up and jumping on the ground. I mean,
Yeah.
that was a cool hunt. I mean, I got to tell you, I may have to start being a little more ballsy and do some different things. I mean, that was
Yeah, I mean, those ones are tricky to pull off, especially when you're filming. Daryl did a nice job on both those deer. You know, as we saw in that second deer, she turned right when he shot. You know, that's the hard part about being on the ground like that. Those, reaction time of those deer is just so fast. You know, she was a little bit quartering to him when he shot, but obviously, it got the job done. I had a very similar shot on a doe years ago before we were filming when I used to hunt off the ground a lot more. She did the same thing, turned right
You hunted
into,
before this?
Yeah, occasionally. Turned right into the arrow, and, it was a lethal shot, thankfully. So congrats to Daryl. He's got some meat in the freezer. Hopefully he's able to capitalize, get one of those hitless
Well,
bucks on the
dude, and
ground
that
here before
2.5-year-old
long.
that he let go, I mean, man, they're just like your situation. I mean, there's a decision where, you get in those situations. I mean, that is a freaky buck. I mean, he's cool, and, if that deer continues to make the 3.5 and potentially 4.5,
He's got the genetic potential to be huge.
Well, and
so.
Daryl admitted it. I mean, he said right there, Justin, if he would have shot that deer, that would be the biggest buck that he's ever put on the wall. I mean, so it takes a lot to let it go. That's cool.
Yeah, so kudos to Daryl for that. So congratulations to everybody who had successful hunts for this week's episode. Guys, next up we want to jump into trophy photos. We've got some more great bucks to show you, so let's take a look now.
Aaron Taylor,
Phil Taylor,
Casey Johnson,
Mike Saucier,
John Overholt II,
Nathan McIntyre,
Chantel Cantrell. Congratulations, guys. Those are some great trophies. Justin, each week they're just pouring in like crazy. Winner, go on, Justin. We debated this one hard.
We did. We discussed it, and we decided Phil Taylor. Not only is it a huge deer,
Right.
but a great photo. He's sitting on his butt, which is one thing we look for. No kneeling. He's
His
kind of
head's not
off
in
to the
between the
side
right,
a little
yeah.
bit. He's got his bow. He did a great job. So Phil, congratulations. Great
The only
photo
thing he messed
and a
up
great
on is
buck.
hat being backwards. That should be a Bowhunter Die hat.
What's wrong with that? You're not allowed to wear a backwards hat?
No,
That's because
should've
you're
been
old.
forward.
That's because you're old.
I'm old. I know. We got these new hats. I can't tell you what they look like because they are for our Christmas run, but we got some really cool looking new gear coming out.
But some of it's not Todd's style. He's got the old man style.
Oh my
That's okay.
gosh.
DeCrew's got the
Dude.
old man style too.
I mean, they're like,
They're not flat build.
No,
Oh
but
my
I
God.
might as well just, this is like wearing a hat like this.
Well, if you didn't have such a peanut head, you would look better in a normal hat. So, guys, we do have some new gear coming. We're planning on doing some awesome Black Friday, Cyber Monday specials on bowhunting.com and bowhunter.gear. We've got 5 or 6 new hat designs. We've got some new shirts coming. So be on the lookout for that stuff. And again, congratulations to everybody that sent in their photos. Phil, get a hold of us. Get us your address. We'll send you your prize pack.
For sure.
Todd,
Short and sweet, Justin. We got to make
Halloween
this quick.
week. It is Halloween week. That means the bucks are going to start dropping. Cold temperatures, good moon, Halloween.
Why do I feel
deer.
like pressure? I mean, you know what?
Pressure.
I
Why
feel-
why do you feel pressure?
I don't know. Because it's my favorite time of the year. Dude.
You've been hunting like a crazy person. Surprised you haven't killed one yet.
You're telling me. Well, listen, I did lay my eyes on a great buck the other day, one of my hit list bucks. I got busted, fair and square.
Fair enough. I have seen one deer with antlers the whole season, and he was like a 3-pointer. I've seen 10 deer now in 34 hours in a tree stand. So for any of you guys out there struggling this year, rest assured you are not the only one. But it only takes one deer in
And
1
1
minute
second,
to
it seems
turn
like.
that all
1
around.
minute. Sometimes it's faster than that.
So guys, thanks again for watching. Make sure you tune in next week right here on Bowhunter Die. We'll have some more great bow hunting action for you.
For more exciting action, be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram and receive live updates from our team members as well as the latest happenings in the bow hunting and archery world. Be sure to share your photos, stories, and experiences as well. And don't forget to pick up your official bowhunting.com and Bowhunter Die gear by visiting bowhunting.com/gear. We have a full selection of hats, shirts, decals, wristbands, and much more.
Are we filming?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
We're filming. This
No,
is
I didn't
live.
know.
Clinton.
Hold on, let's restart.
What? It was fun. It was,
I didn't realize.
Oh, that
just
was
the
the
way
whole
you
point.
said
It
it.
was good.
Was like,
All right.
Action.
Go for it.
Santrell.
No,
Jesus. Ready?
Yeah.
Chantel